You know how whenever a woman makes an allegation against a man, especially a powerful man, there are always those people who really lean hard into being outraged on behalf of the future real victims who this woman who's lying is going to make things much harder for. Like, they've already decided that they don't believe her and that she's a liar, and then they make a big song and dance out of being all indignant over how her lying is going to make it harder for real victims to be believed in future. But the thing is, yesterday, before that woman made the allegation, she was the future victim whose life is being made hard today, except it's not being made hard by the fact that other women have made false allegations in the past. It's being made hard by people saying that. Because if the proportionally few cases where women have been found to be straight up lying about this were actually what was hurting the credibility of victims coming forward now, then you would expect to see those cases being discussed in detail in relation to these current events. You would expect to see the people who are criticizing the victim and questioning the credibility of the victim to be talking about these other specific cases, which do exist, and talking about them in detail and explaining why the facts of those cases make them doubt the veracity of the claims that this woman is making. And you very rarely see them doing that. In fact, I probably bet money that most of them, if you ask them, wouldn't even be able to name one specific case, much less dive into the details of it and explain how it relates to the case that's being discussed. The barrier to women being believed is not the proportionally low number of women who have lied about SA, it's the unwillingness of people to believe them. The people who say this shit and feign outrage on behalf of perfect victims that they imagine exist were never going to believe them in the first place. And worse, some proportion of the people who say they don't believe the woman making the allegation do in fact believe her. They just hate women and think that what happened to her is okay, but they're also smart enough to know that it doesn't look good when you say that out loud. So they just say they don't believe her. And it's a paradox of stupidity and misogyny, because what these people who are pretending to be champions for real virtuous future victims are actually doing is not only attacking the woman who's making an allegation today, but they're actually blaming her for the way that they are then going to go on and treat the woman who makes an allegation tomorrow.